Budget Builds here with,
Said.
and we're working on a cathedral today. It's two levels to it. We're gonna put some windows to it. This is actually one of our first builds that we had done.
Ruined cathedral.
A ruined cathedral. It took me a while to get to it. Some of the video was a little rough to edit. Some of the filming angles weren't the best. But I still wanted to get the video of it up there. The painting video is a lot better. I like how I ended up doing this. I took and cut one piece out and then used it for a form for the rest of them. It made them come out all nice and even. Saved me some time measuring each window. And then I just go through and I start slicing it out. It's pretty simple. I made sure I measured the walls about 3 to 4 inches in upward measurement per section, so that the figures would reasonably be able to fit on each platform. Some of the larger figures can still fit. Just really accommodate a lot of different things. This is a large structure. I figured larger things could fit in here. It came off pretty easy, and then just go to start clearing out the inside. I like to keep all my little bits from everything that I do. It's what I use to start elaborating on the design later.
It always gets used.
Yeah, most of those longer pieces end up going in between the windows. That doesn't get captured on video. That footage was lost, but you'll see it later afterwards after it's primed. But I'd glued some of those longer strips up in between the window sills to give it more of a three-dimensional look rather than just being flat.
And this is our first build ever for either of us.
Yeah.
Well, as far as painting a terrain piece for me too.
Yeah, and you see a lot of continual trends. You know, we tend to have a freehand pattern to how we do a lot of things. And a lot of the fine detail things are kind of spur of the moment decisions, right? Of like what's around me, what can I grab, what's so.
Yeah.
Usually when I start building, you can't really see it, right? But then in my reach, I always have like a bit drawer, or I have a pile of things just somewhere right near me. I can just start taking and putting on there. This is me getting the base ready, and those triangles are some of my supports that you saw me cutting out earlier. I actually ended up shortening them up so they didn't take up as much square footage on the floor. One, I actually make it have a crumbled look. I end up curving out the inside, making sure I get it broken with the box cutter rather than my fingers, because it was such a small piece. I still wanted it to be strong. With this one, I would put up the first little wall. I tried to put glue on the piece first, and it didn't work so well. So I put glue down at the bottom, and then put glue on the structure and just stuck it up against there and put glue at the bottom to hold it in. Made it a lot quicker, and then I was able to do the other wall and then put the middle pieces in like they needed to be. The biggest part is getting your corner to line up so that there's no gap. If there is, it's okay. Fill it up with a little bit of glue, and then you can come back through later with the maybe some stripping and conceal any blemishes or any unevenness in what you did.
And the primer will dry slower on your waxy side of the box. So
if you can, yeah, when you add on, make sure you cover that up and then leave the more matte cardboard exposed. When you do your platforms, make sure you have plenty of bracing, even over a short distance. This is I guess like a 2 inch by 2 inch little platform that is cut out of some bits. The figures do weigh a little bit, whether you're even if you're using plastic rather than metal. That's what it came out after it was primed.
yeah, we didn't try to remove any of the glue because it actually adds to the building.
Yeah, because you spend a lot of time when painting adding texture, and anything that you can kind of work with that's already there to save you some time on adding layers.
And at this point, we added a weight to the piece because the structure was trying to lean forward. So we added a weight, and then we're going to do something with that later.
Yeah, and this comes the what you said was the roughest part was trying to cut this.
It was almost impossible to cut.
No, I think it's because the metal was flat, right?
Yes.
It was bent. I saw you having to bend it so much. As
It was part of an earring where one earring was 3 lengths long.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, what came out from it was really nice. I really liked how these individual pieces turned out. The two styles, that you had, the more arched look and then the rounded look.
Yeah. Like I told you earlier, the pieces didn't cut the way I wanted them to, and they were all mismatched. And you helped me, figure out where to put everything. Made a lot of suggestions. I like symmetry. You're okay with not having it.
Yeah, because, I mean, the way we see things now, everything seems to be symmetrical, but as long as something is structurally sound, I mean, this is your imagination, right? Things don't have to abide by normal laws. Like, when you come through with your paint, you're going to add the depth of real look, but your style in terms of architecture or, different aesthetical...
There goes the hairpin.
Yeah, and this was made with a hairpin, you said a broken hairpin.
And just dry brushed it.
Yeah,
Gray.
and it has some rhinestones in the knuckles that match the stone on the bottom too.
Yeah, it was a nice little addition.
Glued on there pretty easy. It looked like, and it was
that weight could have been used like a little small pool or something.
Yeah. There's other uses that you could do for those stones. You might see them
in the conduit.
Yeah, you might see some of those stones coming in some upcoming builds. Those are some skewers that we're using for conduit.
What's behind there is a shim that was I added it to the building.
Yeah, it was a wooden shim that we just glued in to add a little, like I said, it's nice to have some support, and it kept the whole structure. It gave the wall some more support too. Even though it was still pretty strong, it was just nice to have something a little bit sturdier in the middle of it to kind of brace everything all together.
And it added a nice touch to the building.
Yeah. These conduit end up coming out really nice later in conjunction with the wire you're about to do.
We didn't have anything to bend pipe, or there would have been more pipe in other places, but skewers worked pretty well for that.
Yeah, they're really just nice round, that perfect diameter that you need to really replicate that pipe wool going straight at least. This is where you start painting the wires. You start off with a red color, and you do basic primary wiring colors: red, black, and green. Were they coated or were they bare wire?
Coated.
Well, how did the coating take the paint?
Well, this wasn't wire. It's painted to look like coated wire.
Oh.
These were strings from the ornament off that crushed cowboy hat.
Oh.
That we bought a while back.
Oh, so I misunderstood you earlier. My bad.
It was the one with the butterfly on it. It had the fake leather looking strings beaded.
Yeah.
And so I just used that because it had a good texture for wiring.
And see, you're sandwiching them there together so that they stay. I mean, this is just a good example. Anything that you have around your house, use, right? Yeah. Be frugal, take your time.
Save money.
Right, even us doing these videos, we're using stuff that we get for free and find around the house for the most part, besides some of the paints. And, it's the most beneficial way to do it. If you want to keep staying in tuned and checking in with us and learning more, subscribe, like, and comment. Let us know what you want to see, what you want to have come up next, and just stay in tune. Thank you, and have a nice day.
See ya.